District 1, just north of us a few blocks, Councilmember Victoria Petro, Councilmember from District 2, whose district we are in, Alejandro Coy, and Councilmember Dan Dugan from the East Bench, covering University and much of what is east of Wasatch Boulevard. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll hear from Councilmember Coy. Well, every year now, except for during a pandemic, I have looked forward to the holy month of Ramadan, and the opportunity to come together with you on a night like this. And I appreciate you for saying yes and joining us here tonight. And I know that many of our residents here in Salt Lake City, but around the world especially, have hearts that are broken tonight and every night with the suffering that is happening in Gaza. And I know that as we pray tonight, there are many families and individuals who are unable to break their fasts with their loved ones. And I would like to ask for a brief moment of silence right now as we honor the loss and the grief that is among this community tonight and across the world. We'll take just a moment. Thank you. Salt Lake City's Muslim communities are strong, generous, and dynamic, and kind, and go to great lengths to support each other, to care for neighbors, and to connect across the community. And you make Salt Lake City a more loving and compassionate place by being here. The holy month of Ramadan is a time that can remind us of the common threads that weave through different parts of our communities and individuals throughout the city around discipline, faith, charity, and family, and connection tonight, as we have many different communities coming together to celebrate. These values, I believe, really unite us, and tonight I'm humbled to see your faces here. We have a really nice program ahead. I want to introduce you a little bit to who's going to speak to you tonight. Oh, I see our Chief of Police, Mike Brown. Chief Brown, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for everything you do to support our community. Chief is not speaking, so you can say hi to him later. If you don't already know Chief Brown, that would surprise me, and you should meet him if you haven't met him tonight. After hearing from Councilmember Poi, we will hear from my friend Nora Abdigan, who is the COO and the co-founder of the Emerald Project. Nora, thank you for being here tonight. Emerald Project is an amazing organization. I'm sure you know it, but they are dedicated to fighting the misrepresentation of Islam and of Islamophobia by hosting community dialogue workshops and so many other projects that help to elevate the stories of Muslims in our community. After Nora, you'll hear from Abdul Malik Niazi. Say it right, Abdul? Okay. With the Afghan American Cultural Society, which is an organization dedicated to empowering the Afghan community in Utah through a variety of supportive services. Following Abdul, you'll hear from Imam Yusuf with the Medina Islamic Center of Utah. Thank you for being here tonight, Imam Yusuf. And then you'll hear finally from Imam Amir with the Islamic Society of the Bosniaks in Utah. Where are you, Imam Amir? Thank you for being here tonight as well. And I want to give a shout out to Couple Kitchen, who prepared the meal that we're going to share later tonight. We're going to try to make sure the speakers are wrapped up by 7:30 so that we can have time to move, okay? And I'll turn the time over to Councilmember Boyce. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for your remarks. It's always kind of hard to speak after the mayor because she is such a fantastic speaker. I'm Alejandro Puy. I represent the west side of Salt Lake City, part of the west side of Salt Lake City. I split it with Victoria Petro behind me. It's an honor to be here today celebrating with you in prayer. I, I'm not very good at following my talking points. I always want to, but I feel inspired to share a little story. Uh, Over 2 years ago, I uh, visited many times a praying center, mosque in by my district. Uh, the Somali mosque of North Denver. And it was an incredible place where I felt community. Uh, I felt the care from each other. I felt uh, love, uh, and I kept on coming. And To a point where some people were wondering if I was going to convert. But let me tell you that as a member of this community myself, as an immigrant, as someone that moved to a foreign country here, uh, I feel at home. And I feel at home because of you, because the faces that I'm looking at right now, the diversity of backgrounds, of experiences and colors and religions. And I'm inspired by that. It is one of my goals to live this place, our community, after my time on the council, as a place where more freedom of religion, freedom of a peaceful place where we can all live together in peace. Um, and I wanted to share that with you while we finish this event. Thank you so much for your time. I think I need to introduce Nora Adudan, the CEO and founder of Emerald Project.
Thank you, Emerald Peeps, for hyping me up. I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and good evening, everyone. My name is Noura Abudan, or Nora Abudan in English. I am Palestinian American, and I was born in Utah and have lived in Utah the majority of my life. I am also, as Erin mentioned, thank you so much, that I am the Chief Operations Officer and co-founder of Emerald Project. I am absolutely honored to be here with each and every single one of you. Also, shout out to Satine Tashnizi, who is the co-founder and executive director of Emerald Project. Satine wanted all of you to know she's very sad about not being able to attend tonight, but it was something about living in New York, it being like thousands of miles away, and inconvenient to hop on a flight or whatever. But she sends her love and thanks to all of you here as well. I'm going to briefly talk about three things tonight: Emerald Project, Ramadan, and unity. Whether you are Muslim or not, I see you. And I thank you for taking the time on a Thursday evening to gather here under one roof to break bread together. I'd also like to thank my amazing friend, Mayor Mendenhall, who has always supported Emerald Project, and the Salt Lake City Mayor's Office for hosting yet another beautiful community of thought. And by the way, hijab looks amazing on you. Yes. Yeah. She's beautiful inside and out, but all of you know that. So out of curiosity, how many of you have heard of Emerald Project before? Okay, nice. Well, good to see you again. For those of you who don't know us, hi, how's it going? Emerald Project was born in February 2017 in the wake of a Muslim ban, otherwise known as the travel ban. I was at work when I heard the news, and I was devastated as an American and as a Muslim. How could a country that I call home, that is half my identity, reject me for my beliefs?
Instead of complaining about everything happening, like we usually do, Satine and I and our third co-founder decided to stop complaining and actually do something. We held a 3-part series titled Is Islamophobia Real? And invited the community to have a candid conversation about Islam and Muslims. And to our surprise, around 90 people, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, showed up to our first event, many of whom we did not know. From there, the rest is history. We started as 3 young female co-founders, not intentionally looking to build an organization, to now just celebrating our 7th year as a nonprofit with over 20 members on our team. And our project would not have grown and thrived if it weren't for the hard work and dedication from every single person on our team, past and present. If the Emerald team members that are here tonight could please stand up so we can recognize you. More, you are on Emerald Project, stand. All right, thank you. They didn't know I was gonna do that, so they'll probably yell at me later. Now I'm going to speak a little bit about Ramadan and unity. Ramadan is a beautiful month of fasting and beautiful iftars like this one, but is also a month of discipline, self-reflection, community, and prayer. Today I stand before you with a prayer of hope, a vision that transcends American borders and breaks the shackles of division that have been placed on our hearts and our minds. I stand being able to speak about liberty and justice for all, but in order to do this, our courage must be greater than our fears. The key to our shared future lies in recognizing the humanity in one another, acknowledging the pain and the suffering that has been endured, and working together to forge a path of reconciliation. It is our moral duty to ensure that the scars of history are not passed on to future generations. We cannot change the past, but we can shape the future, and I've seen it. It begins with a commitment to justice and equality, not for one, but for all. And it starts with us. It thrives on compassion, empathy, and the understanding that peace is the best interest for all of us. Please remember that this year is an election year, and while you are one of one, you are one of many. Your voice and your votes matter. No matter where you lean in your political affiliations, elect local, state, and national leaders that reflect our true American values. Leaders that pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, for liberty and justice for all. Because without this, we are lost. We must work together to dismantle the walls that separate us both physically and metaphorically, and replace them with bridges of cooperation and understanding. Let us be the generation that turns the page on a history marred by conflict and division. Let us be the generation that paves the way for a brighter, more inclusive future. Together, we can write a new chapter, one in which peace and harmony prevails for all of us. To wrap up, as I mentioned before, I'm a proud Palestinian and my parents came to America as refugees. While many of us have abstained from food and drink for the holy month of Ramadan, or in solidarity with Muslims, or we're just maybe here to learn, we must remember that we are all extremely lucky, including myself. We are lucky to drink water, to finally quench our dry throat with water that is clean and accessible at the end of the fasted day. We are lucky to have food that is fresh and warm, that we didn't have to search for, to risk our life for, or wonder if we were going to eat at all that day. We are lucky that we are parents who get to fill our bellies with a variety of options and don't worry about skipping eating the little food we have to make sure our children eat. While this mayoral iftar unites us and allows us to celebrate and break fast together, let us not forget those who do not have the same luck as we do, like my people in Gaza, and thank you, Erin, for mentioning them and taking that moment of silence. Today, my people are starving. More than 1 million of my people are starving while I get to eat tonight. Today, I break my fast with fresh rice and bread, and my people break their fast with dirty water and eating grass. Since we already took a moment of silence, I would just like to invite all of you to make dua, prayer, or just well wishes for my brothers and sisters in Palestine and also the other ones suffering in Sudan, Congo, Syria, Lebanon, and so many others. I pray one day that we will never have a Ramadan of grief, but one of peace and celebration. Thank you so much for having me.
Abdul, are you here?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Pohan Habibi. I am representing the Afghan American Cultural Society in Utah. I want to thank you, everybody, for making this gathering. This is our first time here. We are so happy and excited seeing all of you here. Utah is growing, and our community, the Afghan community, is growing too. So in the last 2 years, we had about 900 new immigrants. They come to Utah, and they are all now got their jobs. They're working, helping the communities here. I just want to say thank you for inviting us for this gathering. It's nice to meet all of you. I want to say happy Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you so much for inviting us.
I'm going to introduce myself. Thank you.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum.
I think I'm the only Imam who is on the stage today, right? So people, they expect about the Imams to say something about the Quran, about the saying of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But before I start that, I know we have limited time. It's almost time. But I want to say thank you so much for our mayor and our city councilors for giving us this opportunity today to come here and breakfast in with you guys. And all other organizations, especially Emerald Project, one of my, I would say the best and favorite organization in Utah for me. Thank you so much. Ramadan, we normally think about only fasting, but it's bigger than that. Ramadan is the month that where we connect with our community. We connect back to people who are less fortunate and show, help and support. Ramadan is the month that where we connect ourselves to Quran back, the book of Quran. And the Quran was revealed by the month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. Ramadan was revealed the month of Quran was revealed the month of Ramadan. So you will see that the month of Ramadan, that during the day we fast, and the night we go to the mosque, we pray, we recite the Quran, we stay a little bit longer as usual. So Ramadan is also the month that where we have to give back charity, we help. Especially, you know that there's many people today in the world who does not have anything, no food to eat, no water, nothing, especially our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We have to remember them, pray for them, and then show them support. Finally, I want to say that the best thing that why America is becoming special is their diversity and unity. If I go today in my country, my own country from Somalia, I'm going to see only Somalian people. That's it. And I'm going to speak only one language, which is Somali language. But America is a great country that way we can find everybody in the world. If you want to eat the best food, you will find in America. If you want to have the best marriage, in America too. The best thing in America. So we have to maintain our country with unity. We should not be divided. We have to get together, and connect together. I thank you so much, our mayor, and all our city council. And I want to say that I will invite the next one is Imam Amir. But for that, there's a breaking wudu. If you want to make wudu, inshallah, you can go and make wudu before we start calling the adhan. And thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum salam.
I guess everybody has an issue or problem to hear the guests from here. But I was sitting over there and I was that issue. So I would like to be loud and just to tell you we are very, very close to iftar time. Before that, we're gonna give you just some time to take wudu. So after iftar, after azan, after I do azan, we're gonna do prayer over there. So everybody who wants to join us over there, you are more than welcome. I didn't prepare myself for giving a speech, and everybody did before me. So I don't have too much to say about this event. And I would like to thanks to our mayor and everybody who was uh, in, he was a part of organizing this iftar. This is beautiful, and we hope we're gonna keep doing this for years and years. Uh, we have about 10 minutes to iftar time. So I would like to ask if somebody needs to do wudu or use a restroom. We're gonna make a break for about a few minutes, and then you're gonna hear azan for sure. I'm gonna come back here and do azan. Then it's time to break our fasting. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much.
شعرك السلام عليكم. عليكم السلام. ايه ورجعت؟ انت محمد فلوس. الحمد لله. رمضان كريم. رمضان كريم. رمضان كريم كده وحاجه. يا ايوه هو شعرك. عليكم. اوه. عليكم. كركو حاجه زي يا وتبكر يا جماعه. شيخ سلام عليكم.